It's 5 days since the last video, and I'm back at Davis Mills. If you watched the last video, it's on the Indian River, south of Pembroke, Petawawa. And we were here yesterday with a couple of our dogs. We had to put our old dog down. Old Joe was gone. Sorry for the bad news, but he was 15 and a half. We'll see him on the other side. So anyway, back to the video. We're back at the Indian River, and we were rooting around here in our water shoes, and the dogs were having a good time, except for Jock. He was kind of whining. It's like, what are we doing here? Fitz loved it. And over there in that little bay on the shore, on the hill, is a garbage pile from a farm way back. And I found an old bottle, an old shoe polish bottle, something Scuff Coat, Esquire Scuff Coat. It was one of the most popular shoe polishes from the 40s and 50s, maybe into the 60s. And I forgot to bring it to show you. We'll plug it in here so you can have a look. And it's just a gorgeous little bottle, but I'm back today to take a dig in that garbage pile. So I'll show you what I brought. And first of all, I'm covered in bug spray, just for ticks, because the mosquitoes and deer flies are all but gone now, thank goodness. But I don't want to get a tick. Those are starting to appear here. So I'm like sprayed all over, got boots on. I'm hoping I can get there by land. If not, I've got my water shoes, water boots, diving boots. I've got a root slayer digging shovel for metal detecting. I got this collapsible rake, my metal detecting bag, and I'll bring the pinpointer just in case. A little digging knife, a little garden knife. I'm going to leave the metal detector because it's just going to be full of bits of metal. So let's go see what we find. Ottawa Valley fun. Another gorgeous day. Nice fall so far. So, as I described in the previous video, this was the original bridge. The road came this way. Now it's over there. And we would skidoo across this, snowmobile across this. Back in the day, I don't know if it's still a trail. We'll see this winter. Okay, we got to go down there. Venture into the woods and bush bash. A little bit of a deer trail here. Hey, this is nicely beaten down by deers. This shouldn't be too hard to get there. This beats climbing over rocks in the river. So in the spring, you can paddle this river. You'll hit a few rapids, a few low spots, and you can paddle from 20, 30 kilometers outside of Pembroke, and you can paddle right to the city of Pembroke in the spring when it's high. One year we tipped the canoe and got extremely wet and cold, and we managed to build a gigantic fire and dry everything out and kept on going. So it's pretty Boy Scout of us. We did well. I'm going to stay by the hill just in case there's other things that have been tossed over. I don't want to miss nothing. Some metal bits here. Chimney. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit. Cans and jars. Really gonna have to take a detailed look. Slow down. Here's something, here's a good start. It's broken. Vitality made soda drinks in a bottling plant in Petawawa. This was their own brand, Vitality. I have a nice one of these at home on display. Petawawa soda. Some kind of medicine bottle, plastic cap, so not terribly old. Plastic bottle. Some kind of mason jar. Jewel jar. Yeah. Another old thick bottle. A&P, that was a grocery store. Frozen concentrated orange juice. Stuff was terrible. Another medicine bottle. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do here, so I'm not going to film everything. When I come across something, I'll try and stop and pull it out for you. Okay, wish me luck. Actually, before we start, let me show you the main pile I found. There's an oil pan from a car. Here's a door from a car. And then a massive pile of tin cans, jars, and some plastic. All right, let's see what we find. Whew, sweaty. So as described in the last video, those rocks were probably some sort of dam or a log sluice, because there is some beams in the water close to the shore here. And there's a big pile of rocks sitting here, which may have been part of the dam, and therefore maybe the mill. So I think we need to crawl around here a little more and see what there is. So update here, we're scraping away. We're finding little bits of this and that, bottles, rusted cans, so rusted you can't read them, unfortunately. Is there anything in detail? There's A&P orange juice again. Thought I seen a Pepsi here somewhere. Oh, that was a neat old bottle. Yeah. What else? Little white teapot or something. Pepsi. Old Pepsi. There's stuff in there. Just got to find if there's anything intact. Old pickle or mustard jar. Intact. Old shot glass. No embossing on it. It's got a Dominion diamond mark on the bottom, actually, by Dominion Glass. All right, I'm gonna keep scraping. Well, it's been about an hour to an hour and a half. I've got this car door here with the little flip over lock protector. Anybody have a guess? Is that a car or a truck? Hard to say. Pretty rusty. So I've been raking all this mess and just a lot of broken stuff. The only thing I found worth keeping was the other day, the shoe polish bottle. I've gone all the way over here, a little bit in there. I went right up top. There's a page wire fence, and there's a property up there, a house back a ways. So it's an old field. Probably had an old farmhouse here. There's plastic mixed in this, so 60s, 70s, maybe some stuff from the 40s, 50s that was hanging around. Interesting nonetheless. Little plastic race car, Vicks Vapor Rub, brown bottle of some sort, another little perfume bottle, pair of glasses, Fina Station, maybe gasoline credit card, fuel credit card, Bakuzen, I never heard the name, Bakuzen again, Imperial Oil, Listerine bottle, more perfume, broken. I thought I had a Skull and Crossbones poison bottle here, but it's broken and it's too new for the Skull and Crossbones. They had to get rid of that. It's scaring people. Some other little condiment jar. Mustard or pickle. There's a jug top. Several shot glasses. Maybe they came with a particular whiskey you bought. Who knows? Lots of shoes. Lots of leather shoes and parts. Bits and bytes for tractors. Bicycle parts. Lots of broken glass. There's a connecting rod for an engine. Ketchup bottle. I threw a pile of stuff down here. Let's see. An old dinky car dump truck box. An old tail light or a clearance light for an old vehicle. The old generators for bicycles that mounted on your forks, and this generated power to a light, and if you stopped moving, you stopped having light. I had one of those back in the day. That's how old I am. Knob and tube stuff everywhere. Might have had old farmhouse or barns burned down or something. Pure Spring, I grew up drinking that. Big, chunky, beautiful bottles. I have a nice one at home. They had a bottling plant here in Pembroke. License plate, 6-digit from, I'll guess the 50s. The years rotted off. Punched aluminum. Tractor part. Something from a hub. MH. Massey Harris probably. Little kid sandal. Just a plastic rubbery thing. But made in England. Before the Chinese were pumping out that stuff. Carburetor. Maybe an old updraft. Nope. Downdraft. Could be an old tractor. Could be an old truck. Old car. Carburetor. What else we got here? Pitchfork. Used hard and put away wet. Broken. Here's a honey can. Hard to see. This is some sort of vacuum actuator, it looks like. Maybe a wiper motor for an old vehicle. An old vacuum wiper motor, anybody know? An old skate. All the leather rotted off. A little bicycle wheel sprocket, or a little pram wagon, baby wagon, or a toy. Ornate jar. There's a piston with part of a connecting rod. Connecting rod broke, so they blew that engine. Whoo-wee. Strainer for a coffee percolator. Donald Duck. I can't do that sound. Knob and tube. Some kind of a fancy square bottle. Nothing written on it. Cast iron pot. I think that's about it. I think I'm going to wander around a little more and see if there's anywhere else where there might be some garbage. Stay tuned. One last find before I leave this area. That's probably the baby tram that I seen the wheel from, the spoked wheel. Just came upriver a bit on a dirt road. There's fields. I'm not going to venture further because I feel like maybe it goes to a farm or something, somebody's property. I don't want to go walking in there. So I'll get down to the river here from this trail. This caught my eye. What do we have here? A big roller. A big, heavy roller. What do you... Well, it's all riveted together. It's a factory-made piece of equipment. What do you put, water or sand in it? It's for rolling your fields or something? Or your roads? There's nothing else around. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the river if we can get there. Another old plowing implement abandoned in the woods. Just a fine piece of art now. And another one. Wire spoked wheels. This might be the kind that they would also use behind a horse, or horses. Maybe we'll find a junkyard in here. Back at the river. I think that's far enough. The trail petered out. It's just me and the geese here. So it's deep here. So you definitely can't walk the whole river in water shoes. It's it would be a lightweight kayaky thing, water shoes, and a lot of port hazard. Oh, there's another. I'm going to try not to fall in here. There's another low part over there with the rocks. So you never know what that was. In the logging days, they would flood out parts so that the logs could float. You build a dam, sluice them through, build another dam. Just all temporary log and rock dams. It would be nice to traverse this whole river when it's low water, but I think it'd be a big job. Probably see a lot of interesting stuff in the water. Okay, let's try and follow the river back. Well, this explains why the water was deeper back there. The busy beavers have made a dam. Got it a little flooded out. This looks kind of fresh. See the chips all over the ground. And pesky beavers. You can see the bridge. I'm exhausted from bush bashing. I'm a ball of sweat. There's probably ticks crawling on me. I'll have to get this shirt off and give myself a wipe down, do a check, and have a shower as soon as I get home. Yeah, I'm quite tired. I can't quite walk on the stones all the way. Maybe up that way I can. At what I think was the old dam. Bloody jungle warfare here, for Christ's sake. Oh, that's enough. That's all we get. Oh, I'm a ball of sweat. Good Lord. Oh. Okay, now that's a wrap. Holy shamokin. Well, following the river back was just a horrible bush bash. A few pieces of modern garbage and beer cans. One stubby beer bottle from back in the day. But the pile on the hill over here was interesting. You know, I want to find 1800 stuff. That's hard to do. But I did find some maybe 40s up to the 70s stuff, I think. Maybe even 80s. There's plastic in there. We had plastic in the 70s. Anyway, that's a wrap. I thought maybe I would wrap this into the last video from the bridge, the Rockingham video, but I think this will be a little video unto itself. Fun in the Ottawa Valley. Great place to live, great place to explore, and fall is here. My favorite, I'd say, because you can get out and not get eaten alive by bugs, and summer pre-winter. Thanks for watching. Out and about with Cactus. So long.